All right, and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. This is a special episode because it is my fourth dram of the day. So I might be a little loose. You know what? I don't even know how the cookie crumbles really. Sometimes I'm loose, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm subdued. I'm kidding, I'm never subdued. This is, sorry, just popping my ear. Whew. This is the James Eadie 22-year-old Ardmore, 55.7%. Holy shit, balls of Christ. 55.7%. That's enough to be a COVID sanitizer, almost. So, Ardmore Distillery, I'm not gonna bore you with distillery bullshit. You can Google that yourself. But Ardmore Distillery is generally a peated whiskey, and I like it because it's slightly different to your normal Isla peat. Okay, it's a slightly different flavor profile, and it's a little bit more interesting. This is probably the oldest Ardmore I have ever reviewed. The oldest Ardmore I've ever reviewed, 22 years old. So I made it a job to set this aside. I've had a shitload of James Eadies in our tastings, but this one is the 22-year-old Ardmore, one of the oldest Ardmores, if not the oldest I've ever had. What makes James Eadie different is that they say finish. They say sherry cask finish. What makes them different is that their finishing is not your piss take bullshit SMWS finishing. Like, you know, Scotch Malt Whisky Society, I used to love them, but now I'm a bit cynical of them. Look, we still get them. Some of them are gems, I'm going to admit. Some of them are gems, okay? Like, I do love a good SMWS. But sometimes when you see a 7-year-old finish in fuck you cask, the problem you've got is that I think they got a barrel, the master blender put in the glass, scratched and sniffed and said, this is shite. This is fucking shite. And they were like, how do we make this less shite and hide the shite? And so what they do is they put it in a shite barrel, usually a shite wine cask, and then they finish it to hide the shite. So with James Eadie, they don't do that. When they finish, like this one here is finished in a sherry butt. You know how much I love whiskey in the butt. This is finished for 83 months. 83 months in the butt. The sherry butt. 83 months. Holy shit. So it's not finished. It is dual matured, in my opinion, because the time it spends in the other barrel is actually in itself more than the legal age of whiskey in Scotland. All right. So anything under 3 years finished, I'm a bit cynical. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck is this? You know? And sometimes you get surprised and it's nice. You know? Sometimes you get surprised and it's okay. It's like, you know, a Thai lady boy, and you know they're a lady boy, but you know what? They walk and talk like a non-lady boy. It's okay. But, okay, I'm not going to go there. But this one is finished 83 months in a sherry butt. So to me, it's not even finished. To me, it's almost dual matured, right? So it's a weird paradigm. I'm going to give myself a little bit more because it's funny. Okay, so anyway, let's get nosing. Oh wait, let me read this at the back. Like many blenders of his era, Mr. Eadie was fond of casks which had previously contained brandy and fortified wines. I can't even fucking read. Such as sherry, Madeira, Marsala, and Malaga. Eadie cask finishes explore the flavors which an additional maturation of these casks can offer. So that's a key word. I don't think it's finished. It's unfair to say finished, but legally they have to say finished. It's essentially dual matured. So let's get nosing. The color is, whoa. The color is definitely very dark. It's like I just had 3 whole beetroots, took a piss, and that's what it is. Or maybe you have a kidney disease and you're pissing some blood. It's bloody dark. Let's get nosing. Whew. Okay, so I'm not getting much smoke out of that nose. I take it back. I'm getting some nose out of that nose. but not a huge amount. Coal smoke, definitely coal smoke, some wood fire. Condensed strawberry jam, strawberry yogurt. Actually, definitely strawberry yogurt, but not the fancy Greek yogurt, strawberry yogurt with actual proper strawberry syrup or strawberry conserve. I'm talking about the cheap ass, low fat, shitty children's strawberry yogurt. I know this sounds fucking weird. It smells like coins, okay? It smells like coins. I hate touching coins. I hate touching coins, but you know when you touch coins overseas, well, okay. In New Zealand, 90% of our transaction is done digitally, so no one really touches coins anymore, really. When I go overseas, I touch coins, and I fucking hate it because it leaves this metallic copper nickel smell on my hands. It smells like coins. There's a slight salinity to that. Wet soil, decomposing bodies, I'm just kidding. Decomposing leaves, leaf litter in the bush. Earthy, there is a medicinal note to it. There is a medicinal note to this, like a Benadryl. Yes, definitely Benadryl. It's almost like they took that sherry note and condensed it to a cough syrup. The nose is very nice. Vanilla, a little bit of sickly coconut. So I don't know what the first cask is. I'm guessing it could be bourbon. I'm assuming it's bourbon because if it's finished in a sherry butt, well then why finish in a sherry butt if it's already in a sherry cask? But yeah, makes sense. Definitely a distinct metallic note to it. Surprisingly, for a sherry butt, it is relatively clinical and clean on the nose. Smells like blood. Smells like blood. I think that's from the metallicness of that coin thing that I'm mentioning. It smells like iron, blood, like beef blood. Let's get sipping. Holy shit. We definitely get that sherry cask. Wow. So, I'm getting black tea tannins, heavy tannins. I'm getting fruit cake. I'm getting the drying sensation of a sherry. Now, I'm guessing this will be Oloroso sherry. I know it sounds weird, but I can't escape the Benadryl. Now, that's not a criticism. Come on, let's admit it. All of us have had a cough, had a bowl of Benadryl and sipped that like it was fucking Gatorade, all right? Don't lie. Don't you lie to me, boy, girl. Fusti, fungal, sherry, condensed raisins, cinnamon, nutmeg, vanilla, coconut. Wow, it is textbook sherry, but a drying sensation with cough syrup. Licorice. Not much licorice, but a little bit. There's a meatiness to it. I can't put my finger on it. There's a meatiness to it. Now, I don't know if this is peated. How strange. It's smoky, but I can't really taste the peat. But it's definitely on the smoky side, but not, I can't get that peat much. Now, I'm thinking Ardmore, it's not a heavy peated whiskey to begin with. Not like Isla with all that iodine and rubber. And so with 22 years of maturation, all of that Highland/inland peat, which I presume they used to distill this, has kind of broken down into something else. It's got a salinity to it, but not a huge amount. Leatheriness, medicinal. Now this is definitely a candidate for the taste of what it would be like to lick someone's gimp suit after they've been in a dungeon for several hours, maybe even a couple of days. Okay, so I've got that leatheriness in the mouth, freshly tanned leather. So you know you've put your gimp suit on, it's real leather, and you're trying to stretch it out. So you're doing stretches, but in the process you're sweating in it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't know what I'm saying. In theory, hypothetical, by the way. I don't have experience in that, but hypothetical. Look, that is actually, I'm going to conclude this by saying that is actually a very weird Ardmore, also a weird whiskey. And when I say that, I mean that in the best way possible. That is awesome. This is not a whiskey that you would have normally in any other setting. I think that if Ardmore were to taste this, they'd probably freak out and go, what the fuck am I tasting? This is just an absolutely different dram. This is not your normal dram. This is not for the faint-hearted. If you like interest factor, if you like something a little different, like getting thumbed up the ass, then this could be good for you. It's a little bit on the far left, a little bit on the far right, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit alternative, you know what I'm saying? It's not your normal whiskey. It is delicious. If you like your normal generic whiskies, and not an insult, but if you like your Glenfarclas, Glenlivet sherry, Glenfiddich sherry, well, first, you should get out more. But second, then this probably won't be for you, because it's taking all of those sherry components, putting some smoke in there, and then kind of flipping it upside down and going, well, we've got something else for your ass. You know what I mean? There's something else for your ass. So, you know, I will give this a thumbs up, a very, very stern thumbs up. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, I'll stop it. So I'll give this a thumbs up because I think this is bloody delicious. First time I've tried it and it's bloody delicious. Not just delicious, but interesting and intriguing and different to your normal whiskey formula configuration. But it might not be for everyone, but I do think you should try them. You should try it. Because you don't know what you don't know. And as the saying goes, don't knock it until you try it, because you might just love it. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.